Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. I am here with another episode of confetti quilting. The other day I made some confetti quilt blocks. I will link to that video down below. Oh, that's right, I only made 3. I thought I had made 4. That's okay. I love these so much, and I'm so curious to see an entire quilt made with this that I'm on a mission to do that. One little step at a time. I have 3. Today I'd like to make 2 more, and I'm going to show you another way that you can put these. They're actually crumb blocks, but they're just confetti style. And I did want to mention, if you look up confetti quilts, you're going to see all kinds of things. Some people use the little tiny squares to make gigantic wall art, and they just use all those to make a picture. I saw a woman who did an entire elephant with just fabric scraps, tiny little fabric scraps. She uses tweezers to place them. So they're making art using confetti. Other people make actual confetti looking quilts where it looks like confetti has just fallen all over the quilt. That's what I like. And then other people will use even big pieces, but they might be cut like a square or a triangle, and it's just all over the place. And they call it confetti because it looks like confetti, but it's like giant confetti. So, you know, everybody's got their own thing. It doesn't matter, I guess, what you call a quilt at all. And then I'll see others that it just looks like any other quilt, and they call it a confetti quilt. I don't know where they get that. But I am trying to make a quilt, or at least a quilt top, that looks like there's confetti. So all my background is going to be white on off-white. It's a tone on tone. And I'm just going to have various little specks of confetti here and there. So here's the deal. I'm going to try to make 2 today. And I'm going to show you a way that we can speed up the process a little bit, and that you don't have to have, you know, just tiny little pieces to start. So I'm just taking a strip of my background, and I'm going to take a strip of a scrappy strip. Oh, this is good. Perfect length. And I'm going to sew this strip on here. And look, I have a piece like this, so let's put that on there. And just so I can have more variety, let's put another color. I like this with little tiny flowers. This is cool. And let's finish off this strip. Ooh, look at this. That's lovely. Now I'm all right with having leftovers because I am going to try very hard to make, you know, enough of these 5-inch squares to make a quilt top. Fell on the floor. So I'm just going to have a box for all my little goodies like this. And hopefully I'll have enough tips to show you. If not, I can just, you know, sit and make a couple of confetti blocks and chat with you. So now we have some pieces like this. And I'm going to add another strip of white to this. Now if I want, I can cut it and, you know, maybe put a floral on this side, and then on this side put, you know, another little print, just to, you know, have more variety. I'm not very concerned with that. And I can do a narrow strip or a wide strip. Let's do this wide piece. Now we have something like this going on. But now this gives us a way to cut and have some pieces already started with little bits of this pink without having to start with a tiny little piece. You know, I'm very famous for wanting to start with something big and then making it look like we started with something tiny. With these, I actually started with little tiny pieces, and that's fine too, because we want a way to use those little tiny pieces. So let's say I want to start a confetti block. Let me see, I can just trim here. And I'm actually going to cut this in half. And I'm going to cut this wide piece in half for one side. It'll just give me something different, a different shape. I will leave this one like this. So let's take just a piece. So I will have a nice little piece of pink. We're going to lose some on the sides with the seam allowance. And let me just grab something else that I did that with. Ooh, this will actually work really nice, except I don't want my colors right next to each other. So let's do this. Let me sew these two together. Now you see that one is very narrow on the bottom. You know, I love stuff like that. Let's look, let's look. There. See, I really like that. Now we have two little pieces close together. This one's very narrow. Let's put like a chunkier piece down here. What do we have? What do we have going on? Do I have anything? I did make a few things here. Let's create a chunkier. I need a wider strip, and I'm going to sew it on a strip of white. Let's just take some from here. And I need another strip of, I just call it white. You know, it's white on off-white. And I'm going to cut that in half also. Just save everything, because you never know what you're going to need. Now, since the purple strip was wider, I can make a nice chunk of confetti. So I'm just going to trim here, and I'm going to make it a little wider than I want to allow for the seam allowances. And hopefully that will, you know, come out to be a nice chunky piece. And when I put it here, I'm going to, okay, I need to lengthen it. I'm going to put it maybe down here. I just feel like having it down here. And I'm going to pull it away from this. So let's put some white between them. Like that. Okay, let me add some white to this. I have a little scrap right here. Let's just put it like that. And now we're going to add it to this. Let me just even this up a little bit. Adorable. Simply adorable. Let's go ahead and finish this into a 5-inch square. Let's do something wide on one end here. Let's go wonky. That can fit there. Now I'm going to just trim this a little bit. Let's leave all of that, and let's go down to like about 6 inches. And then I'll trim to 5. Okay, I'm just trimming off this. I'm going to use this, and I'm going to put something on the end. Ooh, I have a scrap right here. I think that will be enough. Just had to straighten that out a little bit. I'll sew that on there. And I'm going to put something quite wide on the other side. And I'll be able to trim that to 5 inches square. And see, I like my nice big piece of purple confetti with those 2 little specks of confetti. Let me put that aside. Now I have this that I've already gotten started. Now I will be on my own time, you know, just doing some piecing so I can have little starter pieces like this. Let me just finish this and then I will have 2 made for today. Maybe put something up here. Need a little scrap here on the end. Okay, I'm going to put some white in between because I don't want that to all fall on other seams. Now I can add this guy and I can decide if I want him up here or down here. I think I want him up here. They're having a little confetti party right up here. I'm not concerning myself at all with my seams, which way they're landing. I do not care. I don't care if they're flipped over in the back. I just don't. So we have this. Maybe we can add another confetti. It would be my most confetti block yet. No, I have one with 5 pieces. Let's see, what do we have happening here? Didn't I trim some others? Oh, I have this little guy. We can repeat with that color over here. That will look good. We need a piece here. We can do that. That will be cute. Or do I want it up there, oh, you know, with the confetti party? Or do I want it on this side? Need some white. All right, this is looking pretty good. Now, I don't ever want to leave confetti on the end, so I am going to put some white. Even though I can get 5 inches this way, I still want to put some white there. Cool beans. I need a piece on this side and also on this side. And on this side, so I can capture that little piece of pink. Oh, let me show you what I meant about adding a line to this. Now this is just one whole piece. I'm going to fold it back right sides together, and I'm just going to sew on that fold about 1/4 inch, and then when I open it, it has a line. It didn't need to have a line, but I like lines. I really do. And you don't have to like open that up, you just leave it there. And now let's put it on here. It just makes it look like it was pieced, and I like that. All right, I have this to trim, and I have this to trim, and then I'll show you. They came out awesome. This is what I have. So happy about this. Look, just 3 little pieces of color in this. And I love this big purple one with this little tiny, tiny pink one. I will take some pictures up close so you can see. And yes, I need to change my thread color, but really, I'm not going to want to do that every time. I saw somewhere a little red thread poking through from the back, but I don't care. I mean, look at... I'm good with this. Now let me show you. I have a tray, and on this side I have the strips that I have cut of my tone on tone, and this side is all little partials that I can use. You know, sometimes at night I feel like just sewing and, you know, putting together some partials like this, and then I will just put my blocks on top, and every time I want to work on this, I'm all set. Of course, I have boxes with, you know, scraps galore everywhere. You know, like the strips that I can use and that I can cut to make confetti, so I'm not worried about that. But this is my little confetti box, like that. Let me take some pictures of those last 2. I will show them to you right now. please subscribe. Come back to see what else I come up with. I'm not going to show you every single block I make because that would just be too many videos on this and you'd probably get bored. But if I ever feel like I want to show you something, a scrap here, I certainly will. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!